This is a story about life, about struggle, about success. Not just mine, but yours too. Because whether you see it now or not, we're all trading something every single day. Time, energy, choices. That's life. That's trading. I wasn't always here. I wasn't always the guy you see on your screen. I started out just like most people. Uncertain, broke, doubting the system, doubting myself. But one thing kept me going. The belief that life's biggest opportunities aren't given. They're taken. And I took mine. See, trading isn't just about charts, candles, or currencies. It's about discipline, patience, and the courage to bet on yourself. It's about understanding that every loss is a lesson and every win is a stepping stone. It's about the grind, the sleepless nights, the early mornings, and that voice in your head telling you to keep going when the rest of the world says stop. But let me tell you something. This journey didn't start with success. It started with failure. More failures than I can count. I remember sitting in front of my screen, watching the markets eat me alive, thinking maybe this isn't for me. But deep down, I knew it wasn't about the markets. It was about me. My mindset, my choices, my willingness to adapt, to learn, and to grow. The truth is, trading is a mirror. It shows you who you really are. It forces you to face your fears, your doubts, and your limits. But it also shows you your potential if you're brave enough to see it. I'm here now because I refuse to quit, because I learned to see every loss as a stepping stone, every setback as a setup for a comeback. And if there's one thing I want you to take away from this, it's this. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to be persistent. Success isn't about getting it right all the time. It's about staying in the game long enough to win. This isn't just a stream. This is a movement. A space where we don't just talk about markets. We talk about life, about growth, about becoming the best version of yourself, not just as a trader, but as a person. Because the truth is, the charts don't care about you, but this community does. I do. And together, we're gonna rise. So, take a deep breath, clear your mind, and get ready. This is where traders are made. This is where dreams are built. And this is where your story begins. Let's get it. What's up, gang? What's going on? What's the deal? What's the deal? It's been 5 years of starting a stream with the words, what's the deal? Amazing. It's actually pretty good stops here. We're over here doing an intro while gold's setting up perfectly. This was actually good, I'm sorry. There goes that. This is the first time we had decent stops. I have not seen a decent stop in 2 days. Shit has been wild. Sorry, gang, we missed it here. I was setting up, it's all right. Nick, how's life on the beach? Looking good over there. Wow. Yeah, we missed this. This was the pancake we needed to be in on. Let's see. Or actually maybe not. The 4 hour was looking to flip there, so I don't know. It looks good on the 4, the 1, the 1, the 30, the 50. It looks good on every other time frame. Yeah, we probably would have been in there. But we are not. So here we are. We're gonna do a little breakdown. Have you had that intro for a long time? Yeah, quite. I just haven't done it in a little while, but yeah, we've had that for a while, maybe about a year. Let's look. Daily close bearish, but with this stupid gap. WTF is this? Maybe because it's the new contract. Maybe it's maybe this will print later on. Maybe tomorrow we'll actually see these candles, but right now we don't fucking see them. 4 hour bullish after this massive bearish move. We've tapped support here. We've retested it, pulled up,
Let me see. Is there an hourly resistance there? There's nothing here. We haven't really come up to anything. So I guess we're still moving back up to these previous levels, right? That previous range. Interesting here. As we're moving back up over there, it was a solid level. Now that it printed. Let's see. You know, we missed the pancakes here, but if we could form a support here in the shape of a bullish candle, I would not mind looking for some buys, but it's gonna take a minute. For the pancakes, we need it to be in right off the wick here. We probably would have collected our 100 pips, and because it probably happened in an instant here. And stops here would have been 111, 112 pips. They would have been below this wick, if you want to know what I'm talking about. But at this current moment, 15 is open. We've just wicked down. The hourly doesn't have a top wick. Highly likely we still come up here, but we want to have a decent stop. We want to know that we're on our way up in terms of momentum, because after the pancake, right, as you retest this level again, you're likelier to break it now. Now, you're going to need a nice rejection here, which means either we get this 15 closure bearish, but still respecting this 15 level, and then the next 15. And if that's the case, if the next 15 is the one that prints bullish here, that's the 930 closure, which means your 30-minute will still close bearish. So you're going to need to be careful. It's most likely going to be an hourly position. We'll see how this plays out here. But we're going to want some kind of support here, and we'll look for right back up. All right, I'm looking to come back up to these areas and then see some kind of rejection back in range. Ideally, the smaller time frame does the 15 or the 30 does this, and this way you're back below this level after tapping this area, right? You have a hold this area, maybe on the 30 or the hourly. Break below there, the 30 will probably look like this, right? So you have to understand how candles will print on the smaller time frame, break them down backwards, right? That's the 30 closure. You still have a 30 bullish candle, right? But you're going to have a closure on the 15 back in range. So highly likely the 15 does this. You got to understand what the next 30 might do then, right? The 15 might come up with this top wick and eventually fail, and in that case, right, you're gonna get that top wick down. And what is it really doing here as it's coming down? Right, created that top wick here. As it's coming down, what is it really doing? It's creating a bottom wick to continue up. So we either way, whatever the logic is, even if it's driving down in this case, eventually do that on the 30. So this on the right side is the 30. Over here you have the 15. Or you could do the 15, or this is the 30 and this is the hourly, but the relationship of candles closing. We can be a part of this bottom wick, but either way, understanding that this closure back in range didn't drive through the range, which means there's room to come down here. The 30 close, which means also the 30 will close bullish, right? Which means the next 30, highly likely, if you get that bottom wick to the body of that previous candle, which is right here, which is your advantage point as you're coming down on the sell, right? You're highly likely to come up after that. But either way, if you come down for the wick or if you just drive down, right, you're going to be in profits. If you come down for the wick, you'll have a runner that gets stepped out of BE. You'll take your partials. But if you drive down, that's where you have a long, deep runner. Okay, so that's what we'd like to see. Move back up, fake out, and come down. Now that we've missed anything here, or a bullish setup right here, and look to come up to those areas. As we start breaking down here, let's see what happens. See what happens. We want a closure above or below these two ranges. 67. Holy jumping fucking Jesus. How much? No, I know my math is bad, but like, we got to talk about this. We got to, who asked me this question? Oh, people at the Zoom door, come on in. Who asked me this question? Was it Drizza yesterday? Oh wait, did everybody understand that previous breakdown, all this matrix shit? Did you guys understand it? Capiche?
Remember it. Write it down. Take a picture. I don't give a fuck.
Bingo. No. Rid of that. Let's see. Maybe we hold. Maybe we break down. If we break down, hourly doesn't have a top wick, so I will give this a chance to come up, right? So we'll probably give it a candle to try to come back up in range, right? Fail, and if it fails, we'll look for the celery plate to come down. I'll look for this. Break out of lows. Stops. You feel me? All right, we're gonna need some confirmations and attempts to come back up. If we just continue down here, let's see. Do we have any pancake levels? Ooh, no. Okay, so you might see a reaction here on the 4-hour low. Your problem is this is your stop. 2,500 pips, which it keeps leading me into a conversation I want to have with you, gang. Hold on, 1 hour. What's the stops here? 250 pips. Okay. So this was the most decent thing you could have had at 102 pips, and they would have gave you 112. Stops here. 300. No. That ain't gonna work. Another 400 pip one. I'm not trying to lose a trade in less than a minute. You know what I mean? I'm gonna get in trouble with, I'm gonna get a 10-second rule violation. Yo. This is crazy. Wild. Yeah.
Hey,
All right.
Wix, can you hear me, man?
Come on. I hear you.
Yeah, I just joined, so I apologize if you already mentioned this, but make sure you check those spreads right now, because my spread on gold is going as high as 2 pips. At
Oh,
it's
you're gonna
fluctuating
say
between.
10, 12. 2 pips is good.
Well, usually it's like 0.2. You know what I mean? But right now,
Oh,
Yeah, the
no.
spread's really bad right now.
Wait, no.
yeah. So
my
usually you
spread-
start like $20 in a
Let's
hole,
go
but
to
right
my
now
live
you might be
account. Hold
starting
on,
as much.
I haven't turned on my terminal.
Yeah, you might be starting as much as 200 in a hole as soon as you hit that button. You know what I mean?
Are you on spot gold?
No, I'm on futures. I'm on like top one futures.
The spread
now
here
you-
right now?
Yeah, what do you see?
I just see this price. Am I missing a bid and ask price in here?
No, there's a spot. See, I don't see it on your screen, but I have it under on my layout where you would click like the buy, sell. It's usually all the way to the right. No, I'm sorry, man. That's right. You're on TradingView. Never mind. I don't know how you see it on TradingView.
I don't think you can.
Yeah, I'm on
to
the
my
actual-
knowledge.
I'm still on Project X on top one right now. But Top Step is showing the same thing on theirs. I don't know if you have a Top Step account, but yeah, these spreads are crazy, man.
It's
I
showing the
know
same.
I got an email from the CME that they're gonna drop down the margins to like 25% from like 200.
Jeez. Yeah, these
And
markets are nuts right now. Just a heads
Oh,
up,
your
man. You know,
leverage. Sorry, and it's
yeah, just a heads up because it might, you know, it could affect limits and buy stops as well.
I don't see it on here.
Yeah, I don't know how you can see it there. It's got to be there, but yeah, I'm not sure.
Like I see price. I expect to get activated at that price.
Yeah, you're going to get activated like a pip and a half, maybe two sooner, you know what I mean, or later. You know how to,
I'm
however it's
fine
going to
with
work.
my spread right now on
Yeah, what's
MT5
showing your
on my
personal? Yeah,
broker is
yeah.
jumping between 1 and 4.
Okay.
6, 2, 1, 4, 6, 6, 5,
Yeah,
4,
yeah.
6, 2, 1. It's just jumping. That
Yup,
never happens.
yup.
That's a
That's exactly what's happening right
a
now.
lot of volatility. But we've never seen this before because this has never happened before in terms of these moves. I wanted to get back to this. I think I forgot who asked this yesterday. I think that's why I said if Joseph's here. I think it was him, right? It was somebody in the chat that asked me, and it actually stuck with me throughout the day. They said, "Wix, are gold ranges bigger now because gold is more expensive?" And like yesterday in the moment, right, I answered no, and I was like, nah, ranges are ranges, right? It's volumes, levels, just all-time highs. Eventually they'll even out. So like, yeah, I was like, this isn't normal, right? And technically that's true, but range is still range. Price action's price action, and it's still everything. You know, price action should respect the volume, and it should respect liquidity and timing and levels and all this shit. But like the more you think about it, like that question made a lot of sense. Like if you just like that was a really short-sighted answer for me, and that was like a really intricate question, because you know when gold is pushing into higher prices, think about it, the candles do get bigger, right? The moves get wider. Damn, Trump is arresting everybody in Minnesota. I'm watching the protest, but yeah, the moves get wider, the swings expand, right? And it's not because gold is different. It's just this is what happens when an asset is in price discovery, right? We're in all-time highs. So when we're sitting between like 2,000 and 3,000. Sorry, my mouth is still in pain from yesterday. I spent the day sleeping. First time I've done that. But when we were sitting between, let me not lose my train of thought. We were sitting between 2,000 and 3,000, right? And then 3,000, 4,000 for months, and things were tighter. We knew the levels, the market was comfortable. But when gold starts doing these fucking parabolic movements, right? When it has these heavy progressions upward, when it's driving and when it's establishing brand new territory, it's natural, I think, for ranges to expand, to stretch. It's not that gold suddenly became like a crazy instrument here, gang, right? It's just this is the natural state of gold during expansion, right? Big pushes, bigger candles, wider rotations. And over time, yeah, of course, it's going to slow down. It's going to compress again. Stops will tighten, right? Risk management becomes normal again. Well, normal in terms of our trading. But right now, this is what it looks like when gold is building new structure at all-time highs, right? So we're gonna... I think my answer was a bit off yesterday. I think this is normal. That's the norm for when we're going through these massive progressions in price and into new ranges, right? Standard behavior and price discovery. So give me 1 second, chat. Yeah, so yeah, back to the point. My kids are in here. Benny was trying to go walk him. But yeah, when gold has these kind of drives, I think bigger ranges are normal. This is standard behavior for any instrument in price discovery, especially gold. And all we do as traders is just respect the environment we're in. Oh, I know I see people at the Zoom door. Give me a sec. Trying to work out my Zoom here. Somebody, yeah, he said, yeah, that was me. Trizza would not ask that. It was broker you use for your live account. AMP futures. Look at this rejection, sniper entry off of here. I'm just telling you, we cannot risk 200. We understand the level, but we cannot risk 250 pips here. Right, gang? You feel me? We understand the pancakes is solid here, but there are times you've seen us take entries, right? And 9 out of 10 times we get this rejection, but we've seen this shit blown straight through in stupid volume, right? During stupid volume times. And it's not fun because if it blows straight through here, you're down 250 pips, and then you're like, I'm not risking 250 pips. I'm cool staying out and waiting on this to develop. We might see a rejection actually here. Level here. This is a funky area between 54.10 and 53.91. Holy shit, this is 200 pips of clean range. This is a gap. Yeah. What was that closure? So that was only a 15. We still don't have a top look on a 30 or the hourly. While it is likely that we see a pump back down off 53.91, the fact that there's no top wick here and the fact that we have not closed on any other time frame except the 15, except the 15. The 30 is not closed yet. We just, we can't bet on that here. Give me a second. So basically, this will be the volume mostly in the upcoming months, or will the volume be this way? I think while we're printing all-time highs, if we start expanding here, right? If we progress into new levels, I think this is normal. Yeah, you should expect to see heavy moves like this. But as the market starts retesting these previous levels, everything we've just gone through, it'll tighten up. It'll tighten up, and we will get back to our regularly scheduled programming, or regularly scheduled risk management and stops and all of that. All right. Hey, hold on a second. My kids are all fighting. Give me a sec. I thought the kids were fighting. No, they're getting it from mama. That's the female version of the belt. The high-pitched voice. Barely getting service where I'm at. You in McDonald's? Where you at? Thank you for going live. You think to fill the third red candle? Let's see what the 30 holds. Benny, take it easy. Benny. Hey gang, while we're oh, look at that, 30.1k subs, gang. Thank you. Now it doesn't look like it was bought, right? 30 flat, it looks suspicious. It's like, all right, this guy just bought 30k subs. 30.1 is legit, right? That passes the smell test. That passes the legit test. Fucking rocking and rolling. Oh, we get there soon because 200 pip stops looks crazy. Yeah, but look at this. It was worth it here because your TP is now 500 pips. That would have been lovely. This is like, you know what I mean? Like, this is a bigger game than we're used to playing. Bougie's like somewhere in the corner over there. Just lower the lot size. Watch him be like in the chat. Nah. Nah. PT's going to nominate new pet tomorrow. Yeah, I saw that. I saw that. Pens. Bro, look at this. This is fucking 500 pips off my sniper entry here. We would have seen about, what, 33 pips of drawdown? To collect 600 pips, 500 pips. Settings, scales, lines. All right, let's go. Settings, scale. So scales, the lines. Countdown, bar, high and low price, symbol, pre. Wait, is this what I'm talking about? No, high and low price. Give me. Ain't shit here, Simba. Is different than just normal trading view? Yeah, this is abnormal trading view. This is the trading view that got rich, moved out the house, and living in the hills. Just say 50%, 15 minute. Oh, you mean 7 minutes passed? 15. Oh, you're the 15 minute candle. Okay, I got you. 50%. I just said we're probably going to get back to 53.91, this yellow line that we have here. And you're going to see a reaction. You can't bank on it because the stops are too massive. And we don't have a top wick on the 30 or the hourly. And this is going to be the beginning of a beautiful ride up for this candle to flip. So, you know. Hey, more people at the Zoom door. What's up, Santos? Dr. Holmes in the building. Stream hopping. I'm fucking with you. If you pull up your order panel, you can see the spread. My order panel. I don't have an order panel. I have a disorder panel right here. You see this order panel? I don't see no spread. Anyway, welcome. Drop a like, sub to the channel, and be patient. Just wait. Settings. It's the same shit I just pulled up, bruh.
Hey Wix, if you press the plus sign above the settings.
Nah, I don't trust you guys. Add components? No, I don't want extra shit on the chart. This is gonna
Yeah,
bug
that's
me.
what they're talking about though.
Nah, fuck it. I'm gonna enter a trade and see what happens. Hey, yo, white plus button top right and add button. My spread on my live account right now is under a pip. I have a spread indicator running. And it's under a pip, 0.8 now. Remember how it was jumping 1 to 5 about 10 minutes ago? Right now it's 0.8 and it's probably going to settle down. I'm good. I'm Gucci. We chilling. Under, when I say pip, point, man, just, I don't say points. When I say under a pip, you know what it means. A pip, translate a pip. Whatever it would mean in Forex terms, that's what I'm talking about here. Tricky, tricky, tricky. It's time to rock around. You see what I mean? See, is the 30 holding? The 15 holding. Looks like the 15 is holding resistance. Now you need a closure. If we can get a weak bearish closure here on the next 15, we'll look to come down here a little bit more for the 30. We're going to need a top wick here first. $101 pips stop, man. Yeah, we can't take that. This would be stupid, right? Gang, tell me this is stupid. 290 pips. No. I got no words. Let's not be stupid. You're gonna thank yourself. Your future self is gonna thank your today's self for not being stupid today, so you're not fighting back from fucking hole you dug yourself into a month earlier, right? And be sitting there just building on top of whatever you have when the volume's back to normal. It's not to say we're not gonna trade for a while, but it's just like for now I don't see anything setting up here in terms of like smaller ranges, right? This was actually not bad. That initial reaction off this level for 110 pips wasn't bad, right here. Came up here for 120 pips at least. So this wasn't bad. You know, it'll set up again, but we just got to be patient. Gotta wait. Like I said, this is what we look for, but we just don't look for this kind of risk. So we're gonna be principled, stick to our guns, continue with our winning habits, long-term winning habits, right? And not be a part of you know, FAFO. We ain't going FAFO. FAFO. Epic ranges this year. Historic. Why does it matter there's no top wick on the previous 30? Well, while the candle was open, we're expecting that wick to be made, right? But realize that's also the hourly candle. So it's very tough to take sells, right, into this hourly candle when this doesn't have a top wick. And so technically there was no orders grabbed anywhere above here. So you're expecting price to come back up here before the drive down. You see across the board here, right? Price overall topped out somewhere above here. Right, so that's what we're expecting. Top out somewhere above here. In this case, it found support, but now we broke support, so we would expect to at least come up there if we're going to have a bearish move. That's why if we're going to take sells here, we were going to wait for the 1 hour to flip, fail, create this top wick on the 30, and then come down. And as we're coming down here, so maybe some closures below the range, but there's just waiting involved because like you need multiple things to set up. You need levels. You need the setup itself, right? You need the market, the higher time frames to align with the smaller time frames. You need a narrative. Once you figured out when, you need to have a risk management plan, and that risk management plan entails a lot of nuances in itself, right? Stops, break even, where to trail, where to close partials, where to cut the trade off, where to, you know, add on to the position. You know, pineapples, everything. Just that risk management plan has to be also a complete checklist that fully, you know, that completely fulfills the plan, the overall plan from beginning to end. You know, because one component of your plan fails, the whole plan fails. And you really have to figure out each component. That's why I say trading is a series of aha moments, right? Because you figure out one thing and be like, aha, I got this, but then like there's another thing to figure out, and then over time you I figured that out. Not like, aha, I figured out trading. And you know, if risk is too high, you know, just don't participate, right? Just don't participate. Like, risk of taking fentanyl too high, don't participate. Same shit here. You know, risk too high, don't participate. Yeah, I'm new to prop firm trading. What happens when I break the drawdown on an eval account? Well, there's two problems with that. Number one, you'll probably breach the account, and number two, you're gonna realize by asking that question that you're trading on the wrong prop firm. You need to be on top one futures. You need to be on an instant funded account. Use code WIX, by the way, you get 60% off. But don't tell them I told you that. But you don't have to fucking pass challenges. You just go to instant funding and start making money immediately. Fish. If you reach drawdown, your account locks and you have to pay reset. Oh, or you can use that answer, whatever. Whichever answer you prefer. 6-7. I got smacked around a bit, made a small donation by giving back some profit to the market, but preserved some of it and all capital. Nice. Platform, top one futures, right here, top right corner of my screen. If you can't see it, zoom in. Oh man, all right. So this attempted to come back up in range, it failed, right? Can we have another look, the 15 is gonna hold resistance. Hold resistance. This would be lovely. If the next candle create a top wick and break this candle low, we will get in here for sells. That we need stop. I think this candle needs to close much stronger so we can have a smaller top wick. Yeah. Let's wait 7 minutes here. Just because you see it pushing up right now don't mean we're going back up. Highly likely we're going to respect this level and see a little push down, because the decision to drive up should not be made here right now. The decision to come back up into this area should be after a retest, right? What do we know about gold, right? It creates highs and lows and it retests highs and lows, which means it creates a support, it creates a resistance, and it fills the range. This is where the decision should be made to come up or down, or at the very least these areas, right? But it shouldn't be boom and then decision made somewhere here, unless there's just dummy volume, right? But like out of normal volume, abnormal volume is the word. But you see how it's coming back down, because it's just, that's why we trade gold, because it's very technical. There are things that it just does that are, they're like they're just truths. They're just universal truths about gold, just accepted by everyone trading price action. These are just gold truths you need to accept. It just does.
Hey Wix.
Yeah.
Hey Wix. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Hey, what's the percentage off with your code?
It was 60% off, but they might have dropped it, honestly. Yesterday somebody told me it's lower now, or
yeah,
or you know
lower.
what it is? No. I'm sorry. It's 60% off your first purchase. The first time you use it. That was for every code, the one that they sent out, right?
Gotcha. That makes more sense.
It's 60 and then 10% or 20% lower for every following one. God damn, Benny. Ah, Benny just parted. Man. The ozone layer is definitely a bit fucking thinner above my house right now. Ain't no more birds chirping in the neighborhood. This fucking tree is about to turn yellow. It's not even real. It's gonna turn yellow, Benny. You fucking stink. What do you make of this boning? Whoa, hey, yo.
Yeah, dude, this market's moving like crazy now. It's just insane how fast things move. No room for error.
Yeah, I need everybody to move over. We need some room. Let Eris sit down. Give Eris some room. This is good. This is good. I think we might have a position here, gang. Just lower your lot sizes. You see how this kept trying to break up here. Not doing it. We should be good to go here on the break of the previous candle low. Let's just get a much better closure than this. Well, we can't get a much better closure, but we can. I don't really care if it's heavy or not heavy in terms of the bearish direction. The only reason I care is because the more bearish it closes, the smaller the top wick, the possible top wick would be. Which means, right, we have a stellar replay of sorts here. Come down. There's a lot of fucking room. Holy shit. This is a minor level here. We should technically fill the wick, and this wick is 420 pips. Hey, 420. But this is going to need to be a stronger bearish candle, and for risk management to make sense. Otherwise, we just pass it on and let the 1 hour develop, and whatever it is, that's what it is. Maybe we come back up here, right, to 5410 areas, make a decision there. But right now, we want to stay below the 30 area, right? We're about to close up on the last 15 of the hourly. So this might be a next hour position, right? If we kind of fake out here, possibly, maybe we get a nice push up here. Maybe we get something like this. We hold this level. Misprinted that a little bit. Misdrew that, right? We gotta get. So quite possibly we hold this level, right? We get the wick up there. Maybe the next candle, maybe this wick doesn't get there and the next candle gets there, right? We get this. Right now, if this is what prints, that means our 30 candle, right? This is what we get. That means our 30 candle looks like this. Oh, I'm sorry. That means our 30 candle looks like this. Right? You know what that means? Reggie's like, that's a light candle. Yes, but we just faked out, right? We held the 15, faked out. This is a 30 level here. We're back below the 30, and guess what? Look at this 30 candle holding. So as long as we're able to tap the body of this previous light candle and do something like this, right? I'm gonna have to, if it doesn't get there, I won't touch it. But as long as it does that, I will look for this. And guess what? At this point, right, the hourly here also has closed like this. So it makes sense. You see the narrative starting to flip bearish. It's retest the low it made, how technical gold is based on this 15 fake out, 30 hold of resistance, and the hourly closure below the range all at the same time. So that is what we're going to look for. Ish.
Remember it. Write it down. Take a picture. I don't give a fuck.
Man, it might come down here on the next 15. Oh, yeah. Might be the 30 drive down and the fill of the wick. Gang, let's see what the stops are here. We're going to need to have a break of the lows. Okay, this is good. It's closing a strong candle. This is very good. Let's see. No, 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 no. We need a top wick on this candle. God damn it. Sorry, I put that there just to be ready. As soon as it makes a top wick, we were going to have that sell in the break of the lows. It might make it, right? It might make that top wick now, but even if it does, it doesn't even matter. Once it flips bullish here, it's over 100 pips. So I was hoping for a top wick off the rip because it gave us this strong closure. Look, top wick even up to here. Only 100 pips, right? And we... Reggie, let candle. These buys look... They don't look right now. They don't. The 30, the 1 hour. Yeah, the 30 looks like it's filling the wick. So this is a minor area. I still expect to get past this, but you might see a bit of action here. Even get rid of that. We don't need it. Just understand you might see action there, and that. Put this here. Damn, what's the stops here? This is... Yeah, this beautiful leg handle. I wonder if we get a reaction off our level, actually. Let's go back. Did we get a bottom wick off our level, that what we just had there? Oh, got close. Yeah, just for the sake of argument, I want to see if that's where it taps. You can't take this position. Your stops have to be below the range here. That's 290 from there. I was trying to measure what it is from here, and 96 pips, but that's trading, actually trading with the previous 4 hour. Not bad. Actually not bad down here. Yeah, I guess this hourly just not gonna get that top wick, huh? Watch, I spoke too soon. Look bullish. Pause for a month streaming video games till February. That's funny. I mean, we had a chance here. Everything worked out, right? It did everything we wanted. It held this resistance. We just need this area to fill. It's highly likely that the price still gets up to here. All right, gets back up to here. Why do you look for the top wick to go up? Because what we know about the way candles print and our knowledge, you know, of reading, just reading candles. And it's not just, oh, you read a book somewhere. No, this is knowledge guided by experience, right? And what we know to be true, you know, 80 to 90% of the time is that price will bottom out here and fill at least this area. But once this area is filled, I'm down to take the rebreak of the lows. But look, the price has filled our entire range. So let's say it kind of gave us a small bottom wick here, right? It gave us like a small bottom wick on that opening and came back up. I would not take the rebreak of the low, right? If it made this bottom wick here and then just kind of go, what the fuck? And then it kind of like boom, and then it retraced back up. I'm still looking for sells on the break of that low that we just made, but I would need it to tap at least this area here for me to be like, all right, now I know it's coming down, because a large number of the time, this is where it's headed to. And we've seen it not quite get there, right? Get somewhere here come back down, re-break the lows just to come back up and get here and then come down. Right? So that's just where we're coming from. And it's like, this is all built on stream live here in the last half a decade. Right? And we had our opportunity, right? But you got to understand everything, right? This is a workflow of things. And I'm going to go back to that, right? You need to have A happen, right? You needed to get that closure below the range. You needed the 15 to fake out or hold resistance for an onion. You needed to have a wick up into this area. You needed for the 30 to close, you know, below here. The level was here at that moment. Now it's kind of changed, but you needed the 30 to close below. You needed this top wick on the higher time frame, and all you needed was a 15 top wick here. And so, like, you know, you get A, you get B, you get C, but the D doesn't happen, so you don't get the D in this case. You know, you skip, and if your entry doesn't happen just because of that one nuance. But that's going to save you a lot of drawdown. It's going to save you a lot of heartache in the long term, right? Build winning habits right now, even in situations where you don't see them, you know, really helping you out. Long term, you're going to go through situations and you're going to be like, oh man, that's what he meant, right? And learn it here from the experience we already have, and, you know, give yourself a shortcut, right? There's a wealth of knowledge here, and there's no gatekeeping, right? I told you many times, you don't see a U-Haul behind a hearse for a reason. You can't take shit with you. So we're going to share as much as we can, and we're going to impact as many lives as we can. Just, you know, it's little bits and pieces of knowledge. Not everything's supposed to stick with you or supposed to get through to you, or, you know, that you're not supposed to vibe with everything. Otherwise, you know, you're just a copycat, or, like, you know, you're the other side of a drawing, you know. You're supposed to be your own. So you pick bits and pieces of things that you know, that you can relate to, that really help you out, right? I always say help yourself. If these things help you out, be a sponge, take them in, improve on them, you know, just take it to the next level, whatever it is. But if there's value in what we tell you, there's value in what's being broken down here, and just, you know, taking it around with it. Ask questions. Please drop a like, sub to the channel, by the way, and please share this stream. Help me grow this community, help me grow this channel. It'd be so appreciated. It'd be really awesome, you guys. What else do we have here? Let me go back to the chat. So yeah, highly likely we are headed to at least back here. We just didn't know where the bottom of this would be. I was looking for this area for a possible limit entry, or see maybe a possible hold to support, but nothing too strong here. It's only a 15 level. I can't put too much trust in just a 15. If it's by itself, I need 15, 30s, 1 hours, 4. I just need them aligning. You know, it doesn't have to be every single time frame, but multiple time frames. And with historical price data being involved, right? We want to know what happened to the lefty. We want to know what happened historically, because there's got to be precedent for what we're doing, right? If something happened historically, we're going to go based off of that. That's what we do here. Technical analysis, study of historical price data. Why do we study it? Because price repeats what it's done before at the levels that it's done it at. And another universal truth about trading, you know. Need a monitor just for chat? Yeah, it's cool. What are your thoughts on ICT concepts? I don't know any of them, but ICT is a cult. There's so many of you guys, or of them guys, that just, like, you know, it's an army. I don't have an opinion on it, because I just don't know it. I just know it's a lot of people doing it, right? And when it's like, you know, when there's a few, you know, when there's thousands of people doing the same thing, I maybe something's got to work for somebody, right? So, like, can I say it's bullshit? No, I think there's a reason things are in existence. Someone sometimes saw something that worked, figured it out, and now there's a whole bunch of people that don't know how to do it. Because you ever play broken telephone and try to pass stuff down, like, you know, 100 people later, like, you just, like, it's a completely different thing. The same thing with teaching trading, right? You can teach somebody. That doesn't mean they understood it. And even if they understood it, that doesn't mean they can reteach it, right? And then imagine they teach it to somebody, and then that person teaches. Get the fuck out of here. No, maybe it worked for ICT, right? So benefit for you is I'm teaching it here in first person, right? I guess for you to understand ICT concepts, you'd have to be learning it from ICT, right? Me, I don't know. Never learned from him. I know he's been to our streams here. He showed up once. He was in the chat here with you guys, and he was just saying what's up and just talking one day. And it was, I think it was some point early last year or the year, but I haven't seen him here since. Five minutes here in the hourly. Don't you love it when the kids beef? Let's get rid of this. Let's adjust this properly in a way that's going to relate to what we're doing. All right, so buys, I'm above 54.10 only. We don't want to be in anywhere in this shit show right here. Oh, whoops. Just yet. We might want to be in there, but not the way we've printed so far because we don't have any bullish closures. And if we're going to trade up through here, we're going to need some bullish closures down here. So at this point in time, in terms of opening a position, we get closures within here. This area is off limits right now. Right now, it's off limits. We start forming something here and then start pulling up, that might turn green. We start forming, you know, coming back up here in range and breaking that back down here, we can trade here. But right now, if we get back up into this range, there's no positions. So that's off limits. Our best bet right now is getting a trade, an actual entry, right? Our best bet right now is trading somewhere in here and somewhere in here. That's what we really want to do. Right? And ideally, somewhere in here. Now that we're retesting this range, when I say trading down, we could have traded this down. We can't trade this back up. We're going to need a fake out of sorts. So we would want a closure, ideally, right, to grab price. See, we grab price here. It only brought us here. So we ideally want to break below here and then a closure back up in range, right? If we grab more orders, we're going to get further, right? And we're going to go back up here. So how that would look like, if I draw it up for you, is go right. You want this breaking down here. Do I think this will happen? No, but if we're going to look for buys, this is what you're going to want to happen. This bullish move here, right? You're going to want the respect of this area, and you're going to want this flip to come back up here. And what do you know? We actually have precedent for that. Look at that. See this? We go back to 30. Okay. Capiche?
Remember it. Write it down. Take a picture. I don't give a fuck.
So let's just see what happens. See what happened was, ain't really get there, bruh. That makes more sense right now. We're all gonna be trade evaders real soon. Oh man. Oh man. I know the one-on-ones aren't open yet. I've told you guys, yeah, I know it's not. I can, but I'm not doing it right now. They're not open. Behind the scenes, I'm building things. You got filled? You're good, bro. You're good. Oh, the range
Not
got
me.
what?
I was talking about the 30. Yeah, right there. Just got filled.
Oh, the 30 wick.
To the left, the
Yeah.
bullish 30 leg candle. Yeah, right there. Yep.
Well, they got filled before on the previous candle. Look at that. See the price, the wick over there. So at this point, I don't even think it was about that. Price already filled it. I think over here you could have expected that level. But you know what? I didn't realize this was a leg candle here. This is an extra confirmation that this price, as this was driving here, is going to get to this level. At the very least, this was interesting. Very good read. You see there's no bottom wick here. It's highly likely this is a level we get back to right now with the bottom wick. But once again, your stops here, if you look to the left, see these wicks right here. Whenever last time you held it, you need precedent, and these wicks needed to be at least 300 pips in order to hold this buy. So if you're going to use that, I mean, that's more drama for your mama. Ma, can I borrow money? You know, you're going FAFO. You're going FAFO. You're going FAFO. You're going FO. Did break the wick to the left, but things about to get real interesting. What kind of closure we getting here? What's the 4 hour looking like too? Man, we had a celery play on the 4 hour here. Look at that. Broke that low and said, suck your mother. We're going back up.
I just took the flip. I got 40 pips.
Off the
Looks
flip?
like there's some drawdown. Yeah, the flip on the 1 hour. I just took it.
Ooh.
I already closed. It was moving too much. I got scared.
222 pip stop, Reggie.
I know.
That's cool, bro. I'm not. You won. That's all that matters, honestly. That's all that matters. Just don't build the habit, you know. Don't take it now and don't make it normal to take 200 pip stops. It happened. That's.
I got 90, but you're right. I shouldn't have took.
So you're right. I should have taken. Throw that money away. Blood money. But yeah. Don't get into the habit of taking 200 pip stops. Wait, we just drew this, right? We did not just draw this. Come back up, bitch. Right? We said it was gonna be like this. Let's just see what happens. Yo, my TV. That should have told me. Back down we go. I don't know what this is. Hey, you guys ever had a picnic? My first time ever having a picnic. I never seen this shit. Could be better. Don't get a picnic. They suck. What's in it? Nah, don't worry about it. Not telling you. It's a chocolate bar. Definitely not worth it. It's valid, in my opinion. Great level. Yeah, great level. I mean, everybody determines their own risk. I just don't like the two. Personally, you guys take it. Next thing you know, Wix is in here for a 200 pip stop. Trade at your own risk, exactly. Not a big stop. You don't use stops. At some point, something's gonna stop, or something's gonna stop it. You are using stops. When you don't put stops, you are using stops. The only difference is when you put stops, you decide where they are. When you don't put stops and they get hit, someone else decided where they are. Wouldn't you want your stops to be your decision? Right? Wouldn't you want your risk to be decided by you? Why do you have this? Okay, hold on, chat. So it was just discovered and nobody walked Penny. Everyone's pointing fingers. You walked him? No. Did you walk him? No. I thought you walked him. Did you walk him? How come you didn't walk him? I thought we walked him. We should have walked him. Was that yesterday? Oh my. That Spider-Man meme. The Wix9 family all. I think a little sweet, but a low today. Okay, that depends on what the definition of your low is. Really depends on what definition of the word is. Ay vey. Ooh. The Jamaican just came out. New subscriber here. W. Can we get a few more? Come on, gang. Please drop a like. Sub to the channel if you're enjoying the vibes, if you're enjoying the breakdowns, if you're enjoying the discussion. If you enjoy the actual trading that we do here and you've been here for a while and have not subbed yet, if you were a hater but now have turned into a follower, into a subscriber, thank you. But please share the stream, drop a like, and sub to the channel. Help me grow this community. I can't do it without you. The only thing I can do without you is take dubs. But guess what I do? I take them with you. I'm in the trenches with you guys. The dubs and the L's, but I take them with you. So if I'm here doing it with you, please drop a like, sub to the channel, and do that with me. Kind of likes already. Nice. From haterade to Gatorade. Yes. Can we get 30.2? Ooh. I like the way you think. I don't know though. I don't know. Benny seems to be against it. He's over there barking. No, not ready. Yeah, we're a while. We're about 60 subs away. Can we get like 35, 40 here? Get halfway to 31.2? Come on. It's not their fault. They want to see a W, but that's also not my fault because I gotta wait for the market to drop it in our lap. First time here? Drop a like, sub to the channel, and please share the stream. Glad to have you though. Bilal Aftab. Bilal Aftab. The deal. Should I short 25x leverage on gold right now with all of my savings and close it at 5,200? How you know you get into 5,200? How you know you get here? Maybe you get to 5,250 and then blow your life savings. Don't ask. Tell me, hey, this is the reason I want to do this. Give me a valid reason. And let's have an intellectually honest conversation about what you're trying to do. And then maybe if it's a good idea, we'll all do it. But if it's a shit idea, maybe we'll keep you out of a bad decision. Right? Actually, no, fuck it. Do what you gotta do. There's no financial advice here. I'm just gonna do what I do. I'm just gonna do what I do. I can't give you financial advice here. This is entertainment purposes only. Isn't it entertaining watching somebody else make money? But this is the difference between, you know, lifestyle and streamers and like content creators and just like entertainers versus us performers, right? I gotta actually bring value in order for me to get viewers and likes and subs. You know, the entertainment guys, they just gotta show up and do whatever the fuck I do, minus the trading. You understand? So, I forgot the point I was trying to make. You Jamaican? No, I'm Jamaican. I said oive. Jamaican. Yeah, so I understand I got to provide value, and that's why you guys are here. So that's what I was going to. Yeah, for the likes and the subs, I need to take wins. Well, the entertainment guys, all they got to do is show up and something stupid or funny or something you vibe with. Over here, you get to vibe with me, but you don't drop a like till I win. I get the mindset. Actually, a lot of you forget. You know, you hop in here, you forget. So I'm gonna keep reminding you. Accidentally traded a macro instead of a micro. What the fuck is a macro? On gold. Got scared when I see 900 green in seconds. I pulled out so quick. Yep, that's what she said. All right. Damn, you should have bet the house on it, dog. We're heading down here to 5,200. Should I do it? Yes. Hindsight 2020. Damn. Should have listened. Using your life savings is crazy. What's a Jamaican? If I have to explain this, I'm not going to the length to do it. Yeah, this is like... In such volatile markets, what should trader do? Please advice. The same shit you do every night, Pinky. Try to take over the world. You should continue doing what you do. You created that one? Yeah, it's a new race. We will prevail. The Jamaicans and the off-whites. We can all live in peace. Right? Spread the word. Join our race. Yeah, I say you just wait, right? You wait for your things to set up. Look, as long as it's not doing what you need it to do, it's all noise. All this shit is noise. None of this matters. When it's, you know, it's going to sound like Beethoven or Bach or Mozart when it falls in your lap, and you're going to know what the fuck it is. Right? Everything else, just noise. It's not what you need. It's not what you're looking for, so it's irrelevant. Tooth, man. Where's my tooth fairy? I need a tooth fairy. Goddamn goal. What? Wait, hold on, chat. One wrong move and accounts can easily be gone. Thank you, Boyd. Stuck in buys. What should you do? At the very moment that you don't know what you should do, you should exit the trade. The market won. There should never be a moment in a trade where you don't know the next move based on what it does. You're always thinking one move ahead. You got to have a plan for it. If you don't have a plan, close it. Close it. You'll enter with a plan when it's right. Yeah, you'll close it in a loss, but you'll enter a trade and you'll build that loss back up logically. Hey, it might win and you might close it and it comes all the way back to profit. But the point is, you don't know what you're doing. It's all arbitrary. And you want to win by accident? No. Accidental wins don't build your account long term. You need structure. You need a plan. You can't repeat day in and day out, right? An accidental win. And it needs to be something that you can rinse and repeat. Show up day in, day out, like a job you've worked at for the last 10 years. Like you're about to train new workers. Okay? We reached target here. You need bullish closures. The 4-hour, you've kind of reached target here. Not the 4-hour wick really, but really the closures, the level. 15's lower. So what I would like to see is price actually make it down here. Right, that is a lot of room. What the fuck? Really? $700 pips, man. Man, I don't know. 5210 to 600 pips. How long did it take you to get consistent? About 2 years, but I didn't get profitable in 2 years. Yep, 2 years in, I got consistent and started winning, but I was 6 figures in the hole. Then it took another year to make everything back. Right, and then right, a year later you're profitable once you made everything back, because it's not about what you're making right now. It's really about the overall, and you're not profitable until you've made back everything that you've lost. Then, right, then you're profitable. Otherwise, you're net negative. When you're net positive, then you're profitable. That takes a little more time than just getting consistent, right? You get consistent, you start making everything you've lost back. The long road. You can start getting to profits and things just start kind of snowballing. What are you doing? Yeah. So yeah, what I was saying, I'd like to get to these areas on the 15 and tap them and break back up above 5210. And if we can do that, we can look for some buys. But these here, we actually have precedent for that as well, right? If we look here, right, we came down to this area, and then the closure above the line that we have here brought us up, right? So you kind of want the same thing. You see how what it did basically is it would basically fill the 15 range, right? Hold the 30, so it's holding the 15 and the 30 at that point by bouncing off the 15 support, right? It doesn't need to print one here. Closing back up above here, which holds the 30 above here. Next hourly is going to need a top wick, right? If you're going to close over here, so you get a bottom wick, you could look for buys. Get that top wick for the next hour, next 4 hour. But right now we're just breaking down, right? We need to get back down here to 51.9, and then from that area 51.52, and then from that area we need to come back up above 52.10. Then we can look for buys. There's no buys until we get up either above 52.10, or if we get this drive back up here and a bearish closure, I will look for a retest, right? So if we're able to pull this off, right, we get this bounce back up here, right? We're gonna look for that onion to come back down that we drew a bit earlier. Look for a retest of the lows here, top wick, and at that point, once again, remember I saw market retest highs, and remember I said this wasn't the decision-making area. Market has to get back down here and decide. It came back down here, closed below, it decided, and then the market dropped. Unfortunately, the decision here is not, we can't do anything with that. That's a 270 pip stop for us in the break of that low, right? But the same concept plays here, right? Once it gets back up here, it needs to retest the lows to make the decision. So decision up or down in eventual price action will be made at this level, eventually, ideally right here. But it's got to print like this for us to have an edge, right, on the retest of this low by getting in somewhere here or getting in off that top wick, right? We're gonna need this over everything here to play out, right? A, B, C, D. Missed you by 10 pips. I know you have buy limits here. Nice little, very, actually a good stop right there. Only 295 pips. Yeah, I mean, solid. No, that's, yeah, no, that sucks. 10 pips. Measure the previous day again. It's huge, believe me. You make it sound horrible. I know I'm trying to keep you away from bad habits. You just got filled, didn't you? Boom. You just got filled, and this might drop heavy right now, about 100 pips. Watch, 300 pips. Not that I want that to happen, but it could. You could see a heavy drop through here. And not because we're going to ultimately go down, but we might see a heavy drop, grab these orders, and then back up above range. We'll take the D. You still using the same lot? It was all the solium? No, when I get bigger stops, I take less. But look, good, nice. You got filled. You're in profits, bro. 100 pips right there. 112 pips. Only saw 80 pips drawdown. W. Here, money, make no money. Yes, sir. Secured 70 pips. Moved the buy limit a bit lower. Oh, you moved it even lower. Good job. Nice. So you got a better entry. Good job. Yeah, I'm not fucking with this stop. He's going up. No, I told you, remember, we need to fill this area. We just spoke about this. We need to fill this area, which holds the 15, right? Now, if we can close back up above this area, that would respect the 30 level. Look, see the respect of the 30 here then. And if that starts falling in line, the hourly closes above here. It's also a 4-hour closure. You think the 4 hours is going to drive no top wick? I don't think so. I think we're going to get some kind of a pullback. Probability, I don't think so. Not me, not because I think or don't think. Probability dictates that we're going to get some kind of pullback in the top wick in the next 4 hour, next hourly candle. And if that's the case, can we buy into that top wick? If it eventually wants to come down, great. There's plenty of room. 1,000 pips, but I can't. You know what I mean? Nah, I mean. Up 815 pips. Ooh, what? Oh, for the night. Yeah, that was like a 500 pip move right there. Which these 2 days was sick. I lost the funded account after passing an eval. Only lack of knowledge of that prop. I was upset and filled with remorse. I got another test. Prop was a bit late. Saw 50 bucks on broken. Got super entry yesterday. Okay. I think things, but I'm looking to do it on this dead cat bounce. Wish me luck, boys. May the forces of evil become confused on the way to your house. Got all the money back. Damn. Yo, option, honestly, that's a nice level. Stupid stuff. That's a nice level. Those are really good, yo. What to say? You ever trade with stop steps? That's a negative. Go for the 1K for 1 day? Yeah, 1,000 pips. Legendary. Yeah, this is good. If we can just get this kind of a, you know, this is perfect. We've tapped these areas. If we can respect this area, right? Kind of get a bottom wick, right? On that next candle, we start flipping bullish here. We're gonna take a position, right? Right? Fuck no! No positions there. These stops are gonna be fucking stupid. We're gonna wait for this candle to close, and the next candle, when it makes a bottom wick, we're gonna decide if the stops are solid and see if we can take us up. Okay? Capiche?
Remember it. Write it down. Take a picture. I don't give a fuck.
Gonna wait. Time to wait. You ever met Sang Lucci? Be like, yo, I don't even know what the fuck that is. What's a Sang Lucci? So 30 minutes from now. And most likely, right? It looks like you're gonna need to get that 4-hour closure and make sure you're respecting here just based on the price action. There's no entries here on the break of the high. You are closing bearish on the 30. Massive candle. What do we know? Massive drops are followed by massive candles usually by massive candles. This 30-minute candle is 2,000 pips. Damn. Sang is a herb, but like a herb. Herb. But he's an options trader. He was on chat with traders back when it was ran by the Aussie kid in like 20. So you calling him a herb, and then you're saying, yo, it sounds like you'd vibe with him. What the fuck do you think of me? Damn. That's a backhanded compliment if I ever heard one. Like, that wasn't a compliment. I was just saying, y'all two herbs can vibe. Saying the truth. Is it Macedonia or Macedonia? I think it's Macedonia. It's beautiful, huh? Very historic. Hey. Let's go. 15 seconds here. You are invited. Thank you. Is weed legal? Yeah, this is going to be the determining factor I'm visiting. Because I'm what you see, I'm what they call a cannabis connoisseur. Is marijuana legal over there? Yo, look at this. We might be setting up here for a 30 wick fill. Stop. Oh yeah, look, only for a small stop of 215 pips. So let's see if this can close now, right? Let's get this 15 closing bullish. And let's see if we can get some kind of, but still below this level. Let's see if we get a celery play. But this is, I'm not fucking with no 200 million pip stops, man. Nah, because this flips against you on the break of the lows, and then you're sitting there like. You'd be sitting there looking at your library card like, yo, I got any money on this motherfucker? Can I get some money off my library card? I know the credit card empty, maxed out. I know the debit card empty. Library card. Sorry, I'm late. I like the stream already. I was working on my own trading, got wrapped up in a trading meditation. Damn. That's code for drawdown. Got wrapped up in a bit of meditation. Yeah, I got wrapped up here in a bit of fucking trolling. I'm sorry, like, yeah, like, I'm gonna stay principled, gang. I know the 30 looked great on the break of the lows here, right? It's gonna give you 10 million thousand quadrillion pips. But at the risk of 215 pips, we could do better. We will do better. Stream is smoke friendly. Come on. Big buyers waiting at 40 and 30. Ooh, too few. Are they still on the books, or did they take their orders off the books after this bottom wick? Just so we need a permanent book map guy. Makes sense. Have that entire area as a level, but I like my buy limit just so that I don't miss it. Where's your buy limit? 5150? Flat? Let's keep. Give me a fucking decent stop. Give it to me. Decent stop. Little fake out. Little closure above. Give me some. Where were those book map orders? 5140, 5130. They were tapped though. 5130 was tapped here. 5140 was tapped here later. So that's what I'm saying. The pineapple at 5K. Damn, you guys are planning on 1,000 pip drawdown. Still there? You talking about Turkey? You're talking about book map? Talking about the orders? Still there. Big ranges, big profits, big drawdown. Yeah. The big one. Natural. Yeah, all right. Oh, no. Like at this point, I'll take 150 pip stop. You know what I mean? But at 300 or 400 pips, okay. Gotcha, man. Order's still there. Damn, my jaw hurts from yesterday. I spent the day knocked out, just resting, sleeping. I don't know how I did the stream last night. Yeah, I got off, I sat down and just like leaned back. I smoked a joint. I was in a lot of pain. I don't know, the stream makes me feel better, you know what I mean? Look at that, we're getting the fake out we just spoke about. Yeah, I see you're posting the book map. I just don't know how to read it. I never fucked around with it. So we would need like a lesson on it. What's going up? Yeah, you guys are sharing. You guys are liking. You guys are subscribing. You guys have shared the stream. There's 420 viewers. Hey, 420. This deserves a pull. Hold on. We got 8 minutes before this candle closes. We might be in on some buys. we're if the 15 no bueno just yet. We'll see. Yeah, we will see. There's a possibility this 15 just fills most of our advantage point because, and then comes back down, right? Because what we really need is the 30 closure here, because that's also the hourly. That's the 4 hour. The next 4 hours going to need a top wick, right? So if we get a bottom wick first, we're able to start breaking highs of the previous 30-minute candle here. If it closes like this, that's going to be the next hourly and 4 hour making a top wick. We have plenty of room for that top wick to be made here, about 400, 500 pips. All right, so let's see if we can just get good stops on that move. Give me a second. There's 420 viewers. I'm going to celebrate that. There's 420 on the dot. You know how we celebrate 420? We go picnic on now. Oh no, Big Slim Dog. Don't y'all dare finish that song.
Dude, this shit's insane. Like the way price is moving, it's like things are just so different now with price.
It's so technical. It's just moving at such massive speeds and ranges and just progression, right? It's just
I know, this is insane.
But you can tell by looking at it that it's respecting all the technicals. It's
like I have to drop
them to the T. It's doing exactly what you expect it to do. And the only thing that's not matching up is our risk, but it's
I have to drop my position size by a half. Like I drop my position size in half.
10x. Drop them 10x. Sorry, gang. I'm right on the other side of this camera, doing the damn thing. So this is what the audience sees, huh? Not bad. Not a bad view. You guys get a good view. Yeah, definitely subscribe if you enjoy the stream. Please, please, please. Even if you don't enjoy it, just sub to the channel. Help us grow this community. Perfect. Stand down. Stay down. 10x, that works. I did that on my last trade and it just fits. Yep. Broke your own records today. This comes up heavy. We're going to look for top wick sells off the next 4 hour. That doesn't mean a limit just yet. It doesn't mean pancakes up here just yet. All it means is we're going to be a part of the 4 hour top wick, which means on a 15-minute or 30, it could still be a rebreak of the previous candle low. We'll look for some onions here or here. See what happens. Overall, I see the market coming back up here to 53.85 areas. I think that's what we need to do. Make another decision. Oh, even. Maybe even steeper here. Maybe to 54. Yeah, 54.10 possible. That's the previous support, right? We broke that support and there's just been just massive drop here. Right, it tanked, so should come back and retest that previous support form of resistance. I was a stoner from 16 to 19, quit recently because of plumbing. Living off trading would complete me. You know what would also complete you? Wife, kids, loving family, good health, growing to old age. That's the high stakes table. Trading, you're sitting at a low stakes game at like a rundown casino. Yeah, I only started smoking at 20. All my friends were quitting. I started. So we did get the fake out. We are getting the fake out 2 minutes here, but it's only the 15, right? You broke the previous 15 high. Just be a grab of orders, right? You never got orders up here. Then you're down. But us to get in. Man, if we close like this, I'm looking at buy limits here again. Fuck this stop, man. It would just make so much sense to have another buy limit here. Next candle, if we open up with a bottom wick first, right? And you're gonna look at the hourly, like I said, it needs a top wick. The 4 hour is gonna need a top wick. If we open up with a bottom wick, buys anywhere within this bottom wick will be solid because that candle should flip bullish. But man, you might have to wait 300 or 400 pips of drawdown before it happens. I've been off trading for a long time, but now I'm back for better. Accepting every moment as a gift helps. Help a girlfriend of 3 years, planning on getting a ring soon. Yeah, I agree with that, Airbender. Every moment, gift. Life is precious. Life is short. But it depends on your perspective. It's long as fuck too. Have a girlfriend for 3 years, planning on getting a ring soon. Just trying to get steady. She loves smoking. I miss it with her. Right, man. It's opposite here. I smoke, my girl doesn't. Jerome speaking right now? Yo. I got irritable pal syndrome. I told you guys. I can't stand it. No. Fucking Jerome Powell. The hourly 30 is still open, right? So we could still break down here. We have a top wick on this current 30. But once we close here, the next 30, the next hourly, the next 4 hours should technically give you a top wick. What kind of stops can we use? Well, we'll see. If this just pushes all the way up here, this is going to be a different story. We're going to look for top wick sells, but okay. If this candle flips bearish and we still close bullish on the 30, and even though this 15 closes bearish, we might have some positions. I think it's 4 hour position. I mean 4 hour closure entry. Next 4 hour candle. Yeah. I'm gonna look for some smaller time frame risk here, and it's probably gonna be this. It's 391. Ready to take trade with you? Yeah, the market is not inviting us to take a position just yet, my friend. My ex and I smoked all the time. I like girls who smoke as long as they can handle drinking too and be operation. No, see, that's the thing. I'm not a big fan of drinkers. Drinkers are unpredictable. I know people who are like the nicest people in the world, but they drink. They become the nastiest people, like somebody you don't want to know. You regret knowing them, right? When they drink. Because there's happy drunks, there's angry drunks, right? Some people are happy drunks, some people are angry drunks. I never seen an angry weed head, right? Never seen a weed head just be just. Like, who's got the energy for that? You know what I mean?
Just give me the line.
But I've never seen weed heads be angry. Just, I'd hate you if I wasn't smoking weed. But you cool. Who's got time to hate?
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Me, chilling. Will you start trading MGC then?
How about no?
You got friends like that, unfortunately? Yeah, I have friends like that. I don't have friends like that anymore. I cut them off. Like, if, like, I've seen men I respect do things that men should never do when they're drunk, and at that point, like, if you're able to get yourself to a point where that's what you do, I lose all respect for you. And I just can't have your I don't fight with people over it. I just, like, I won't pick up your phone call. I'll ignore you. I won't call you. Yo, appreciate everyone here. Appreciate everyone watching. Still waiting on the market to set up. This isn't what we are used to seeing with gold, but this is typical gold, I guess, when it's creating, you know, when it's progressing to new all-time highs and establishing new ranges all over the place here. Probably to stick around for a while. I like the idea of not fighting with people about shit. Yeah, I talk to people all the time, and people lie to my face all the time, and I can tell they're lying. And honestly, I don't give a shit. And if you feel like it's cool for you, go ahead. I don't, like, it's gonna be too much. It's not that I'm not gonna call you out on it, not because it's like, I don't want to confront anything. It's just too energy draining to call you out on some shit I don't care about. Like, why are you lying? Like, you be telling me a story and be lying. It's clear, it's obvious that, like, I know they're lying. I'm not gonna be like, hey man, that's not true. I'm gonna be like, oh yeah, it's cool. I'll go along with it. I'll go along with it just because it's too fucking great. It's like they're energy vampires. It's gonna be too energy draining to, like, put them in their place. It's not worth it. Like, I gotta invest as you get older. Like, you try to invest energy into things that really matter and they're gonna impact your life, right? If it's not, you're like, man, if I was 20 years younger, I would sit here and argue with you, but I'm 20 years wiser. We're looking for a sell if it doesn't close above 52.92. That's a possibility. That's a level, right? You got a level there. We'll see. We'll see how we print. I don't mind coming back down, right? I'd want to come back and retest the lows, but we'll see what the 4-hour does. We'll see what the 1-hour does. We'll see what kind of wick we get first. Do we come down first? I would love some buy limits off this area, but if, like, this account, my max loss is, I think, would be $3,000, which would be these 3,000. It would be these 300 pips, and that's not enough for me. I would have to have a buy limit off this area, but I wouldn't be able to hold it. I have MGC position. I'm probably going to take that on my live only. Yeah, this is probably going to be a lot. You'll probably see this in the signal channel with a disclaimer. 850 pip stop loss, 10x. Why not go MGC? I don't want to trade MGC. I want to go off the same chart. I'm just not going to trade it, honestly, if it sets up like that. It just sucks. Can't even look for a smaller wick. Like, there's smaller time frames. Like, look, we go to the 5. Right, and you got the 5 level here. So if we get this entry here, that first small wick is 180 pips, right? That first candle right here. The better one is here, and it's 360 pips. The overall is down here, and this one is like, if you get anywhere close to here, it doesn't even matter if you hit your stops or not. You're probably blowing your account. So that's exactly the place to start looking for sells. No, if I was going to look for sells, I'll wait for the next 4-hour top wick, right? If we have 7 minutes here to look to have a closure on the 4-hour. $30-minute candle. 1,000 pips. One morning, you're going to wake up. Tomorrow, next week, 2 weeks from now, and everything's going to be at like 50, 60 pips, and you're going to be like, holy shit. It's over. It's over. And I'm going to be like, fuck no, the fun's just begun. We're only going to begin to head back up, right? It's going to be that little quiet before the storm. And we're going to go right the fuck back up. If you look at this, all it's just noise. Yep. I'm ready for this to be over. Yeah. Because we know exactly where we want an entry, but we just can't risk that. Man, you guys are making me question. This is too good. This is too good. Today I took a trade for buy, but it crashed down on me. Lost 81,000, man. It was so goddamn what. You understand what you did wrong? Good that it happened to you now. The later it happens, the worse it would be. It happened to you now. Now just learn from this and move on. Whatever you did wrong there, or whatever went down in that trade that caused that, identify it. Shouldn't happen again. Maybe it was a good trade, bad risk management. Maybe it was a bad trade. Maybe it was a good trade, good risk management. Levels were off. Maybe you missed something. I don't know. Maybe you didn't manage risk in time, right? Where there was probably obvious, signs of it going against you. I don't know. 3 minutes here. Reggie, play candle.
Yep, I'm on it. I'm watching it. I got
Where's your entry?
2 more
right
minutes.
here?
Yep, 2 more minutes.
52.28. Where are you looking for entry?
Yep. Well, if we gotta get it. I don't know, because the hourly closure I'm worried about. But that's a good level.
This can go a few ways here, man. This would have to take a very quick risk management. I don't know if we're gonna take this in the live account. Because I like the sells here if we're able to fill this area first off a top wick. I would like the sells back down to the low of the candle, which would give us probably the best stops we can have. If we get a top wick here, it's 150 pip stop. It's not bad.
Got it, yeah.
Look, this is perfect. See, we filled that little wick over here that I was just at 52.28.
Yep.
Because
The
now if it
rebreak,
breaks
the
that,
problem is the hourly close.
that hourly, that's a bearish hourly candle. You know what I mean? You get a top wick here on the next candle on the 15.
Yeah.
And come
that's
down.
true,
That's the hourly rebreaking the lows coming down.
Yeah.
But you're gonna need
It
to
might
hold
not be
this.
bad. You're right. Yeah.
But the late candle, I was thinking if it closes like candle, buy limits over here make even more sense. See, we'll see how this prints here. Gang. This can go both ways. I am on MGC here for full transparency. MGC. We close bullish here. There's no conversation in talking in terms of sells. This candle closes bullish. $10 here. The 4 hour is going to close. I might have a buy limit here. Maybe a 2 lot. It depends on what we do right now. Depends on how this candle opens.
It didn't close the candle though.
It didn't close like candle, but I see the 4 hour here, and if it needs a top wick to continue driving, if it creates one now, that limit might not be a great idea, but that's a minor top. 100 pips.
What about if this makes a nice bottom wick with the rebreak of the high or no?
I think I'm looking to get in on a bottom wick here.
Oh, bottom wick. Okay.
Dang, I'm gonna severely reduce my risk size here. Gonna be a 2 point, I guess a 0.2 equivalent. Limit buy. Stops will be below the range here. I'm 0.2, right? What is this? Maybe this first candle. 350 pips, $700. If we just create this bottom wick, I expect the 4 hour, to create a top wick. Flips bullish and gives us that drive, and or gives a little wick fill here. I'm gonna delete. All right, if re-breaks highs here, we'll delete. If it just continues down, which I believe it will, we'll look for a buy limit here. Right? Think about it. We bounced off the 15, closed back in range. We held the 30, or fake out on 30, and the hourly's closed bearish, but this one just opened up with no top wick. We might be a bit off here. That might be the level there. That's 50 pip difference between those entries. Here. minimal risk here on the live account. That's gonna go 52.05. No, 52.12. 52.12 to 8.
It should hit to 11. It just filled this 1 minute late candle to come down. Yep. You can get in. We'll be able to get in.
Just trying to set my level at live account. All right, extremely low risk. I've dropped my risk 10x here. It makes sense. Like I said, it makes complete sense in terms of price action. It's just the only thing we have to question here is 12.8, not 12.5. Sorry, gang. I see you guys see me in the signals switching it up. I'm trying to adjust it to the same level. We get a 50 pip entry. Yeah, man. I know it might tap this level. See it on the 1 hour. I don't know. We'll see. Right? This little shit right here is an extra 50 pips. Looking for at least 100 pips here. At least 100. Oh, 1 pip off. No, just don't push up now here after being 1 pip off. Come on, gang. Bro, don't do me dirty right now. Tap our level and push up. I don't like that it's struggling here. I wanted a quick snipe just like it just did right now off of there. Fuck, man.
You might get tapped in off this 1 minute. It looks like it wants to come down.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Again, may the forces of evil become confused on the way to your house. Alright, 100 pips here. Stops to break even. Boom, 100 pips. Mac. No, go back up. Yeah, I got him stops to break even. I didn't close nothing on my live. Go back up. I might not get nothing on the live. Yeah, it's going back to my stops. Break them. Push up, bitch. I'm up 45 pips, 30. I saw about 80. Let's go. Boom! Smacked. Smacked. Yo, give me the signals right now. How much did we just make? 95 in the signals. Why was that 95? I put my TP at 115. It gave me 95. Why? Yo, how nasty was that snipe? Look, right off of here. We called the shit out of that. Price action is price action. It's gonna be a green day. I mean, look, if you're sitting with $10 million behind you and you fucking dropped your lots. Look, this fucker can ride up to flip. I said I'm going for 100 pips. I put my TP at 100. 105? I don't know. Everybody understand why we took that trade? Really? Nobody's happy? I barely got any fucking W's. We just sniped the shit out of that with 0 drawdown with a potential 600 pip drawdown. We saw 0. And we caught 100 pips. $95. Buys plus 95. I told you, 10x the risk. Boo! Plus 95 pips. Full closure on in the signal channel, full closure on the live account. Yo, if you're in the signal channel, that was on point. Look at it did not go any lower. If I left it here where it was initially, right here, it never gets there. Never gets there. There's a reason we moved it up here.
That's why I left mine at, and I never got activated. I'm so mad right now.
We never get there. There's a reason, because if you look, when in doubt, zoom out. Like I said, I didn't know, I wasn't sure this level or this level, but when I zoom out, it becomes pretty clear here. Hourly, right? The hourly, the higher time frame.
So mad right now, but W, man. Good call.
Win number 620. We were talking about that level the whole fucking stream, well, the last hour. The new 4 hour. We printed this. I spoke about this. The 4 hour is going to need that top wick. If it opens up with the bottom wick, we're going to get that first support. Oh, well, look at that. It's not just the hourly. We go to the 4 hour. Look, that's where we should use stops. So, boom, I just had an epiphany. This is the level, but it's also the 4 hour level. See this? This is the most valid stop right here. That should be stopped. 278. That's the most logical stop in this case. I just had an aha moment. Damn, son, where'd you find this one?
Wow! I feel good. Break out the red panties. We're rich, baby.
And it's times like this, you're like, look, I literally took 10x smaller the position on my live account. 5x smaller, but whatever. Yo, gang, there's over 440 people watching. Drop a like for 95 pip W. Sub to the channel. Please, sub to the channel. I just gave you another Wix 9 stimmy. The stimulus checks are in the mail. They're on their way to you. They're in your accounts. I just gave you something with 0 drawdown. Can I just get a sub? Can I get a sub? Can I get a like? Cringy. It's getting cringy at this point. But come on. I promised you I'll show up and provide the wins. $5K stimmy, thank you, gotcha. I provide the W's, you provide the subs. We're only allowed 1 like. Yeah, oh man, you guys are streaming W's. See what happens. See what happens. We got our rejection connection. I just joined. Can you recap the analysis on that again? You know, the good thing about this is a YouTube live stream that also gets recorded and that you could rewind. I would recommend you rewatch the last hour of the stream. Go back to like 9:12 p.m. Eastern until right now, which is 10:12 p.m. Eastern. Pre-recorded. No, yeah, this is pre-recorded and I'm answering their questions. But yeah. This will be recorded tomorrow. Post-recorded. But yeah, you can rewind and you'll see the whole breakdown. But basically, if you don't want to do that, and if you're going to be a human, right? What are humans? They're not stupid. They're just lazy. Me too. I can get lazy sometimes. But I'll save you some trouble. The 15 here, right? The level. Let's draw this up right here. Right? So we fill the entire 15 range, reject. 30 closes below the 30 level, but the next 30 fakes out. So the 15 holds, the 30 fakes out, you get a hold of that. The hourly closes back up in range here. Massive bottom wick to fill. Typically, it's also a massive rejection back to the upside. So in order to fill this bottom wick, usually you would need a top wick. We can also look historically, 95% of all candles here have top and bottom wicks if you just look through your charts, which means highly likely we come back up here and create that top wick. We just closed bullish on the smaller time frame, which sets us up for some bullish volume to get up there and create that top wick. So we say to ourselves, we have an advantage point. We're not going to take the flip up here to create the top wick. We understand it needs to be made. Not always will it be made, you know, or will it break that high, or sometimes it'll just flip enough to create it and come right back down against you. So we put our best, you know, ourselves in the best possible position to succeed. And as this bottom wick is being made against the bias, against structure, you understand you can take the position the other way, knowing that structure to come down needs to form that top wick. Price needs to get up there. It probably still will. It rebroke our lows, but doesn't mean it's driving down. It 4 hour needs a top wick. If it just plummets here with no top wick, this will be a rarity. This is the off chance. This is that 5 or 10% chance that you can lose, but probability dictates it's going to create that top wick. There's a reason you held the 15 level here. There's a reason you faked back out, right? And gold is so technical. We're going to trust it to do what it says it's doing. Held the 15, faked out, closed back above the 30. The hourly did not close below the hourly level. We're opening up with a bottom wick first and understanding that we need a top wick. Our sells come in here off the bottom wick on the very most recent support. And that's what's happening here. Look, it rebroke our low, but that doesn't mean it's not going to drive up now. This was also a good level to get in, right? That previous level now, turns out. Did you get in here? Mister, I'm so upset. Who said that? I forgot.
Yeah, I'm in here. I'm in here.
W. See, so you're gonna get your W, because it should still flip, and you'll probably get more. But at 100 pips here, bro, go break even. If you got in where you said you were getting in,
I'm out at 124.
bang. See, W. You made more than we did. Don't be mad. Be glad that you understand it. Right? You understood, right? Rebroke, still doesn't have a top wick. I'm going to get right back in it, give it a second chance. It'll probably create it. Probability dictates that it will. And this is where you have an advantage by having me here. How do I know probability dictates? We've sample sized the shit out of this for over a fucking half a decade. We've taken these trades thousands upon thousands upon thousands. The record is only for stream. The stream's 3 to 5 to 6 hours a day. There's the rest of the day where trades happen that aren't here. You don't see, you're like, Wix, you don't even have 1,000 trades in the stream record. There are thousands upon thousands of trades that happen here. They're just not all on stream. In the last week, there might have been 5 or 10, or I don't know, a whole bunch off stream, probably double or triple the amount that are on stream here. So there's been thousands of positions over the last half a decade. And you have the advantage of having my knowledge that's guided by experience to do this. I'm not, I'm not tooting my own horn. The fact, I'm just like, man, I'm peanut butter jelly right now of you guys. I wish I was in your position. I wish I had someone like me that was so proactive in providing this information and really wanted to explain in the best way possible in order for you to understand and be able to utilize it on your own whenever you're outside of here. Do you understand what I'm saying? Good stuff. Took the trade with 5 micros plus 534 tonight. Earned yourself a sub. Remember what I said, gang, earlier. I need to perform. I'm not an entertainer, even though this can get entertaining, but I'm not an entertainer. I'm a performer, right? For me to get your subs, I gotta perform and, provide value and actually win. Entertainers, all they gotta do is show up and, show their feet or something. Let's get Wix 400 likes. Man, that would be the day. Why don't you get me 50K subs so we can do a 24-hour stream, and then 100K subs so we can do some IRL streams, right? I have a live studio audience, we'll do it on a big auditorium. I think the Hard Rock Stadium is good enough, like, right? I think we'll fill that up. We'll fill that motherfucker up like 100,000 people. I don't know. I'd have to put like Psy and ICT on the fucking flyer for 100,000 people to show up. This for free? Free 99. Yeah, these streams are free 99. I help you make money free 99. Stimulus checks are out in the mail for you guys. Whoever took that trade with me, congratulations. Please drop a like, sub to the channel. We are not dipping yet. You guys know why we're not dipping yet, right? Hey, you needed something from me. I need something from you. The mods are like, no, we're spamming dubs now, bro. No, don't do it yet. If you guys aren't mods, don't spam yet. I'm gonna need you to spam the dubs, but you're gonna spam yourself out, and I'm gonna be shit out of luck. I don't want to do that. What's happening right now is I'm rewinding to our trade, and when I ask you to spam some dubs, I'm gonna play the trade on my screen plus your W's in the chat, and then I'll post it on Instagram, and we'll try to build this community a little bit bigger. Right? Everybody ready? Everybody knows what they're supposed to do? All right, places, people, places! All right? Places, everyone. Wait, don't do the, I'm not ready yet! Not ready yet. Come on. I'm not ready yet. God damn it. It's not, it hasn't activated. Damn, you guys are gonna spam yourselves out of dubs. I fucked up on the camera. I had to restart it. Hey, spam the fucking W's. Bong, spam the W's. There you go. There you go. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you, mods. Thank you, everyone that spammed it. You can only see the mods, though, but appreciate everybody. Thank you. And that's the way the cookie crumbles. How far away are we from 30.2K subs? Man, tonight was so valuable in terms of patience, in terms of understanding what's happening, in terms of understanding that, yeah, we could have had some positions here. But if we really know gold, right? There's a reason we watch gold all the time. Don't switch from it, right? And even pay attention to it when it ranges, when it's massive, when it's driving massively without creating structure, right? We watch it all the time because for times like this, for recognition, your mind recognizes what it's done before, and then you have expectations of it to do it again, right? And when it does it again, you start building an edge around it because you've noticed something in the market. You've noticed an opportunity you can build an edge around. That's why I watch it all the time. Regardless, trading, not trading, it's doing something I like, I don't like. I don't switch pairs. This is all I do because I'm going to learn more and more about it. No diplomas here. The learning never stops. I keep getting better and keep optimizing my trading. But how does that happen? I'm always watching this, right? You don't want to be the jack of all trades. You want to be the king of one, and gold is it. Right? You're more valuable as the king of gold than the jack of all pairs, right? Or of all contracts, or all instruments. You don't want to do that. So become valuable, not just to others, to yourself. And when you're valuable to yourself, then you'll eventually become valuable to others too. Right? You can make even more money on top of that. But
The whole point is watch this, focus on one thing. You don't need anymore. This can get pretty lucrative, right? It can get very demoralizing and very unforgiving if you take a loss here, but you watch it long enough, the losses are going to be far and few between because, you know, and like I said, it's going to get lucrative because you've seen this before. You understand what it needs to do. You understand the logic behind the 15 level being tapped here to close back above the 30 level, and the hourly and the 4-hour open up with a bottom wick. You understand the logic behind it because you've seen it play out and happen this exact way so many times, right? And I've told you before, I've done the wrong thing for so long that I know what not to do. And you guys have that advantage of having me here and utilizing me and using me. Use me. If you can't use me, I'm useless. So use me, use my knowledge, and whatever you can get out of it, right? I'm trying to take silver. I'm trying to make silver my side. Oh, you want silver to be the jump off? What's up? Gold is Bay, silver to jump off? That's funny. Shit, I left my joint outside. Good. It's just a little windy. Just a little windy. Oh, yeah. What was I doing? I was trying to check. Let's see. We need... Yo, gang, really? Come on. Can we get some subs? Can we get some subways? Some subs? Subscribers, like, we're slacking today. We got like 8 more subs since the moment we got the W. 95 pip W. Oxtail time. Yeah, I feel that. Gang, you want to take these positions outside of stream? Join the Signals community. Can't sub anymore. Bring all your burners. Bring all your burners. Yeah, last Asian session of the week. I don't know how I streamed last night. I had a rough night, and then I slept off the entire morning, but I feel much better. I feel better when I'm here. But we will be live for New York session tomorrow. It's our last session of the week. And after that, there's no Asian session tomorrow. It's Friday. But yeah, we stream every single day, Zach. Every day, New York and Asian sessions. Show up here 8:30 a.m. Eastern. It's been a rough week for me, but show up 8:30 a.m. Eastern and 8 p.m. Eastern, and we stream every New York session, every Asian session. Shout out to Turpy for running. I saw you did the New York session in our Discord. Turpy held a New York session for all the Discord community members, so join our Discord. First of all, it's free. Second of all, there's a bunch of paid channels in there, right? Also in paid chats in terms of the Signals community and all of that. But join the Discord. Turpy hosted for free today. I don't know how you did, but I know he was in there. It was a packed crowd, right? Also, yeah. This Sunday we're gonna host our private Asian session. We do that every Sunday actually, but for the weekly market open this Sunday we're gonna host a private Asian session for everyone in the Signals community. Just a reminder, so make sure you guys show up. I'm gonna do another 50K giveaway, and the other giveaway winners should technically have their accounts by tomorrow, but I'll double check with top one. Yeah, a bunch of accounts should be dropping tomorrow, or I think that the last 2 or 3 winners. Oh, and the New Year's winner. But yeah, we're gonna give away a 50K account on Sunday to someone in the community. It's a very intimate session, right? There's less people. It's the private gang. It's free for all. You guys open up your mics, your cams. You can talk, you can questions, voice your concerns and opinions, right? Or not really, but yeah, we'll do a 50K giveaway, so it's easy to win, and it's just it's cool. Yeah, we get to be ahead for the week in the private session, and then we take it into Monday. So if you're part of the Signals community, I'm gonna see you in there. But if you're not, you only got a couple days to join, so make sure you join up. Okay, cool. I've been trying to go a lot more because I like price action over in queue, but I'm enjoying the stream, man. Good work. Ooh, this is a banger. Oh man. I hope I get it this Sunday. Yeah, W. Yeah. You won already. I think you won on your first date, no? But Signals gang, see you guys in there on Sunday. Tomorrow, our last session of the week. And please drop a like. Oh, you haven't won yet? Well, it's time for you to win. Show up. Keep showing up. Like this 15-minute onion? I don't like anything anymore, honestly. I just want to go back to the GC chart. Yo, gang, please remind me tomorrow to go back to the GC chart. So, yeah, I will see you guys. Yo, I wanted to say, Daniel, dang, can we do something with this stream, bro? With this trade? Let's get that in before tomorrow's up. That'd be dope. This other one's from today. I gotta talk to you. Hit us with a wrap. This is a story all about how I made 90 pips and you got stopped out. I don't know, bro. I got shit to do. I got, people to do, things to see. I gotta go. That's off the dome, bro. I don't keep these built up or locked in in a vault somewhere. I'm just like, I told you I carry. If I had a podcast, I would need me to interview me. It's the only way we're getting through a podcast. Otherwise, this shit's gonna go sideways. Otherwise, it's going sideways. Yeah, appreciate you, Santos. I know Santos drew that. I didn't even see who drew it. I just saw a heart on here, but it's definitely Santos. This guy has the crookedest, the most well-meaning, hearts. All right, gang, let's call it a session. Please drop a like and sub to the channel on your way out. Sorry, my lips are talking faster than I'm thinking at this point. But please sub to the channel, drop a like, share the stream, and help me get to 50K subs and 100K subs. Let's grow this community, and let's make it better and let's improve it. Zoom gang, see you guys tomorrow morning. Oh, Jordan in the building. What's up, man? I didn't see you on there. Take the W with us.
What up? Yeah, I took another 95 pip as well.
Oh, you Gucci, you're good. That's a great evening. You're gonna go sleep well tonight, man. Enjoy your evening. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. Mods, thank you so much for helping me run the stream. If you guys are new, welcome, and please keep showing up. Twice a day, every day. New York session, Asian session. Bring yourself, bring your friends, bring your grandma and grandpa, bring all their friends. And I don't mean go to the nursing home and set up a big fucking television. No, get everybody you know to subscribe and follow and all that shit. Right? Signal channel? I don't think I'm going to be trading the rest of the night. I might. If I see something really great off the 4-hour top wick, possible if we get up here into these areas. But that's going to take some time. Yeah, that's it. Mods, thank you for having me on the stream. Zoom gang, I already said goodbye to you guys. Chat, love and wisdom to you all. You already know the deal. As for me, my time here is up.
Break out the red panties. We're rich, baby.
And just like that, another Asian session is in the books. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for rocking with me tonight. Congrats to everybody that took that W with me. Join the Signal channel to be eligible for the 50K account, and join us on the Sunday private session for the weekly market open. Go get your top 1 futures accounts, by the way, and get the instant funded. Forget the challenge, skip the challenge, start making money with us right away. You don't need to be passing challenges when you could be building a life. All right, so do all those things, and I'll see you guys on stream tomorrow. Later.